Where are you when peace was declared?
Oh, I was at West Point on VJ Day. I think that was August 14th. And while I was at Fort Benning, Georgia, Roosevelt died and Truman took over. And he decided to drop the atomic bomb, and I'm thankful that he did, because that saved the Japanese, it saved us a lot of lives. And let's see, MacArthur signed that treaty, peace treaty. I've forgotten when that was. It would be that fall, wouldn't it? Or and so I'd be at West Point then when the peace treaty was signed. So I stayed at West Point. I didn't pass my Spanish. You're supposed to make a 2-point. I made 1.9. I did all right on the reading and writing, but we played a record, and and you listen to the record and you write, you say what that was about, and I was too slow on the interpretation and all that, and I made I needed 1 more tenth of a point to pass the test, and I didn't do it. So they said, well, the war's over, and you can get your honorable discharge out, and we'll send you back to Arkansas, or we'll send you to New York City to prep school, and you can study and pass your test and come back in August and start over again. Said Eisenhower did that. Well, I was so homesick for Arkansas that I went ahead and told them, well, I think I'll just go back home. So they said, okay. And they got me a train ticket and came back home.
So you
in
came
January of '46.
Okay, so you came back to Arkansas.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What changes did you see in Arkansas or in America?
What
Changes.
changes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my family had personal changes. My family had moved from Oak Lawn up to the north end of Hot Springs off of on Edith Street, and I had an old Model T that I gave to my brother before I left, and he said he just left it in the shed there behind in Oak Lawn there, and I didn't really notice too many changes. I didn't back then. I didn't correspond too much with the family, because they had censored our letters and going and coming, and I don't know. Our family was kind of raised up that no news was good news. When we went on different trips and everything, we just didn't correspond too much or anything. And they'd have mail call, and some of those fellows really were energetic about getting a letter or writing or something. Now, my present wife wrote me 2 times while I was in there, and I had sent her my different addresses and all, and she wrote me while I was in the service. I had met her before I went in, and I know everybody, the feeling was there's lots, nationally and personally and all, that there's lots of work to be done and everything, and I just, as far as building, and like around here and everything, it wasn't anything like that I remember.
Okay. What do you remember about the changes in society
in society.
Mm-hmm. What about the women going to work?
Yeah, well, that was really something. They had worked, some of my wife's sisters had gone to Tulsa and worked in airplane plants there, I think. And yeah, I think that was a big change there back then, them going to work and all, and everybody pitching in on this on this war effort and all, and furnishing supplies, and it did seem like that everybody cooperated with one another and all like that.
So you think we had national pride in our men?
Yes, they used to have. They've told me about the bond that they were selling, those war bonds and all, and they really did get in, pitch in and all that they said, and there was lots of pride, and a big change was whenever all these returning servicemen could go to college if they wanted to,
Okay.
and it was paid for, and I think that was one of the biggest things that has helped America.
Okay. Do you think that that every young man should have some sort of military service, or what do you think about the military?
Well, I didn't know too much about the military before I went into it, and I have a lot of friends. I belong to, I'm a life member of DAV and life member of VFW, Veterans of Foreign War, life member of American Legion, and a lot of those are friends over there are Army brats, what they call, whose parents, both parents in some cases, were in the military service, but I didn't know too much about the military. My dad in Colorado had this flour mill, and in World War I, he tried to join, and they didn't draft him, and he tried to join, and they said, no, you're in an essential industry. And all of his friends wrote on the sidewalks that he was a slacker and a coward and like that, and but he couldn't get in. And what I was saying, he never did say anything about the military to amount to anything, and I just didn't know too much about it. I wasn't in ROTC in high school. I don't remember if we even had it back then.
Okay.
And I think it's a wonderful, wonderful training, but if a person wants to join in, I'd be all for them. But if they'd rather wait till they was drafted, well, that's what happened to me. I waited till I was drafted. I didn't join up.
Okay. If you had any advice to give to young people today, what would you say?
Well, I'd sum up life, you might say, in a couple of words. Forgiveness and love. And I think that would solve so many of our problems. Individual problems, national problems, any. Just a couple of words, forgiveness and love.
Well, it's been a joy talking to you.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.